Another thing we want to be able to look at is the number of roots and what the roots would look like. So the number of roots, we've talked about this, is the same as the number of solutions. So the number of roots is equal to the degree. And remember that roots is the same thing as solutions. So when we were solving equations earlier in the unit, we looked at the x to the third and knew we were supposed to get three solutions. It's the same thing here. We're supposed to get three roots. Now, we've, up to this point, really only had graphs that crossed the x-axis at the roots. And the issue is that that's not always going to be true. That's when they're real numbers. So some of the roots might be real numbers, but some might be imaginary. All right, some might also repeat, but the imaginary ones won't cross at the x-axis. So the real roots cross the x-axis. They're the x-intercepts, which is what we have used this unit and at least one other unit to kind of figure out what's going on, to compare our graph to our equation. And we're still going to do the same thing here. The imaginary roots you can kind of find by what the graph is acting like in certain places, but it's not as easy to find the imaginary roots. Domain range, it'll ask about this a little bit. Remember, domain is what x values does the graph have. Range is the y values the graph has. It's unlikely that we're going to get asked that right now, but it's still something we want to be able to answer just in case it kind of all ties this together here. So go down through, practice a bunch of these because they take a little bit of time to get used to. It's types of questions that you're not used to from really anything else that we've done this year, and really since probably geometry, not geometry, since algebra one. But even algebra one doesn't look at this much, just a little bit in specific equations.